40 years ago today, the Space Shuttle Challenger broke apart shortly into its flight.
Yeah, who can forget those scenes indeed. All 7 crew members died that day. Our Marvin Scott was covering the tragedy from the Kennedy Space Center. And Marvin, you went to Florida to the Space Coast immediately after. What can you tell us about that day?
Right. Like millions of Americans, Candace, I was at home and watched in horror on TV as the Challenger shuttle exploded just seconds after it lifted off. And just hours afterwards, I was on a plane heading south. When I arrived at the Space Center, it was really overwhelmed with grief and disbelief, everyone asking, how could this have happened?
Challenger, go at throttle up.
It was a bitter, cold, sunny day in Florida, a day filled with the hopes and dreams of 7 astronauts that were shattered just 73 seconds into their flight.
Reports from the flight dynamics officer indicate that the vehicle apparently exploded.
The shuttle disintegrated, killing all 7 astronauts, including the first civilian, a teacher, Krista McCullough, who was going to perform a few lessons from space. The shock and grief immediately impacting her family, witnessing the launch. How could this have happened? That was the question everyone asked, as an investigation immediately got underway.
For almost 2 days now, technicians and investigators have been scrambling for answers that are not there, at least not there yet.
As wreckage was retrieved, so were some answers. The unusually bitter cold weather weakened the O-ring seals in Challenger's right solid rocket booster. They were designed to prevent hot gases from leaking, causing the shuttle to rupture just over a minute into flight.
Liftoff. Liftoff.
As investigators later discovered, there had been multiple warnings about the cold weather having a potentially devastating effect on the shuttle. 40 years later, there are memorial services for the 7 astronauts who reached for the stars but lost their lives. President Reagan remembered them in his address to a nation that was in mourning.
We will never forget them, nor the last time we saw them this morning, as they prepared for their journey and waved goodbye and slipped the surly bonds of earth to touch the face of God.
In the end, it was determined that this was one accident that could have been prevented. The Challenger disaster had set the space program back a few years, while some 100 modifications were made on the shuttle, as well as the space program management. In the newsroom, I'm Marvin Scott, Candace Harrony.